Happy hump day and welcome into the PHNX Sun Devils show for
Yeah,
the first time in a day, and it feels like it's been a long time.
For the first time in what?
In 24 hours. We haven't had a show in 24 hours.
We haven't had a show in
48 hours. I'm bad at math. I'm so bad
That's
at
not
math. Yeah, it is math.
It's not.
Yes, it is. It's counting.
You weren't counting. You just forgot that we didn't do a show yesterday, I think.
Well, that's what I was trying to convey.
Oh, okay.
You see
So you
where-
knew? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I'm Anthony Tocher. He's Shane Diefenbach.
Yes, I am. Yeah, he is. Hello.
Thank you. Shane,
Whoa!
whoa. How was your 4th of July?
I did nothing. Actually, that's a lie. I went to a party and got out of there really fast. Me being an official odds maker, disclaimer, I'm actually not. But I set the line I texted Leah this. I said, I'm going to be there. The over-under for me being at this party is 45 minutes. I got there at 12:05, I want to say. I was out of the door by 12:57. Great line. Hit the over. 52 minutes.
Wow. This is, wait, you're talking 12 in the,
12 in the afternoon. Yep.
Okay, I thought you were like midnight. I'm like, oh, buddy.
No, it was awesome. I really liked the party. I was not in the mood to drink at all. And it's hot. I think the 4th of July is overrated unless you're like on a boat. Like that's the only thing that, like, you can barbecue any day you want. Fireworks suck.
Barbecue in the pool is a good day, though.
Yeah, but you can do that any day.
You can, but this is just a specific day.
You can't open presents under a tree every day. You can't spin
You could, in theory. No one's stopping you.
Well, yeah, but it would be culturally frowned upon. Not culturally, but you can't spin the dreidel and eat chocolate coins any day out of the year. What are they called again, Liam? Ganache?
Gelt.
You were close. You had like the right letter, I think, right? Unless
Gelt.
it starts with something else. Well, look, it wasn't just fireworks in Shane's backyard last night. It was...
I just thought of such a good joke.
Oh, God.
A Hanukkah joke. What do you call somebody who stole your chocolate coins from you, Leah?
Gelty.
Yeah.
Damn.
Welcome in.
Yeah.
3
Okay.
minutes. Here we go.
Yeah.
Football. No, hockey.
No. Yeah, we're talking hockey. Fireworks today, if you will. Arizona State is going to be joining a new conference, just like we've been talking about for like months now, except it's the hockey team and not the football team.
Well, we've talked about the hockey team in the conference too, because
And
this was reported that it was probably going to happen. But
they've tried too. They tried way back long ago, and didn't work. But now they are officially a part of the National Collegiate Hockey Conference. That'll be starting in the 2024-2025 season. So they do have one more year of being an independent. I'm just curious, before we get into the meat and potatoes of the entire thing, just your initial thoughts on the Sun Devils being a part of a conference now. And not just any conference.
Yeah, it's a good conference. That's the biggest thing. They're not just joining a random conference. It's a good conference. So it's huge, and it further adds legitimacy to this program. Who, I mean, after building their arena, doesn't really need it.
Yeah.
Because of how awesome it's been. But you know, now you can't underperform though. Like last year can't happen, because if you do that this year, then you're losing every conference game basically. Yeah. And that can't happen. So yeah, this is awesome, and it does wonders for recruiting and, you know, TV and whatever. It's huge. It's
in terms of recruiting. Craig brings it up in his article, which if you haven't checked it out, go check it out at gophnx.com. He brings it up just in terms of I'll read you the sentence right now. While playing an independent schedule allowed ASU a chance to expose multiple college hockey markets to its product for recruiting purposes, playing in a conference affords a better chance at making the NCAA tournament too. This is just a giant step forward for a program that took a giant step forward from I would say future perspective with Mullett Arena, like you said. Obviously, what they were able to accomplish on the ice last season was rather underwhelming. 18-21 last season, not too great. I know there were some questions toward the end of the season of like, okay, maybe Greg Powers isn't necessarily the guy for this. But it is giant for the program in terms of recruiting, in terms of postseason play. We brought up already the dominance of this conference in the past. 5 of the past 7 national champions have come from this conference. The league includes Denver University, Colorado College, North Dakota, Nebraska Omaha, Miami of Ohio, Minnesota Duluth, St. Cloud State, and Western Michigan, and now Arizona State, joining with the best landscape of any of those universities. I think it's going to be huge long term.
Landscape as in
just
like
Tempe.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I didn't know landscape could mean a bunch of different things. I didn't think you're talking about the physical landscape of the land. But that's a great point, because you talked about, or Craig talked about, you read Craig's sentence that, it exposes a lot of markets to recruiting for your school. But not only does that, it also exposes to potential transfers.
Yeah.
Guys that are coming from actual better programs are going
Absolutely.
to come and play at Mullett Arena and be like, holy shneesh, this is nice.
Holy shneesh, is that the way they go?
That's what they say in Minnesota Duluth and in St. Cloud State.
What do you think changed from the 2016 time when ASU had applied to be a part of the conference and was denied to now?
Come on.
Just go ahead.
You asked some.
Just go ahead.
I know you have to do it. This is your job. Go ahead. So I'm going to give you the same answer. No more hit head on pipe in Oceanside Arena. They played in a
embarrassing facility.
No, well, embarrassing for different reasons. They played in a beer league hockey arena, and the ice den is one of those too, and that's even nicer. It's way nicer than Oceanside. Now they have an arena, and not only an arena, but one located on the campus across from all the other sports facilities. So. And it's state of the art, brand new, really nice.
And one that the Arizona Coyotes call home.
An NHL team plays there
because
it's so nice and for no other reason. You have an arena and you're competing more and more. You're playing better competition. And though you had a down year last year, it was a dip in what is still an upward trajectory.
Yeah, absolutely. Like zooming out, you can see where Arizona State hockey is going. And I think it's a promising spot to be right now for the Sun Devils. And you look at the way that Arizona State hockey has performed against the NCHC just last season. They were 3-4.
Played a lot of them.
They did. And I was going through the schedule just trying to total this up for a second here. And they started the season against some NCHC teams. Man, I really got to think about that pronunciation for some reason. Like,
well,
it's really
because you want to say NCAA, you want to say
like NCHC.
Can we call it the notch, the niche?
Did you just do something? The niche, is that what you want to?
Is
call
that good? We said sure.
The niche.
Let's call it the niche.
Okay, we'll call it the niche. Do you think that Greg Powers is under more pressure now in the program's final season of being an independent than he was?
Probably, yeah.
What about joining a conference puts more pressure, do you think?
Well, because now you can use that as an excuse to move on from a mediocre season. Because like last year it wasn't terrible, but he definitely underperformed, or the team underperformed rather. And now you can like use that new era mentality as a reason to fire him, I would assume. I don't think they should.
Yeah.
And I don't think they will, but there's definitely more pressure because of change coming, regardless of a coaching change happening.
Yeah, I think this definitely speeds up the timeline of success for the Sun Devils.
I think
when you maybe not in the independent season. I won't say that there's a whole lot of, because I'll be honest. I think
supposed to last year.
I think if it's a lame duck year again, really. So we disagree on that.
They were supposed to make the tournament last year.
They were. But if you have another lame duck season, it could just chalk it up to be like, okay, like final season of being an independent, we get a new fresh start. You don't think so?
No, because you're not. This isn't just like a, like you're not waiting on anything. You want to be good now. You're second year into a new arena. Like put it all in a vacuum. Just think about the new arena. Like don't think about next year. Just think about what you're doing right now. Like this team is on the upward trajectory. You don't want to take another step back.
Yeah, that's fair,
ma'am.
Leah.
ASU also has a ton of home games this year.
Yeah,
like
way more.
So many more than they've had in the past because I think it was the COVID year or something. They had like literally no home games. So
all the teams owe them games.
Yeah, so they're making up for so many. So I think it was an adjustment to playing at Mullett last year. So now like they have to capitalize on this home ice advantage situation. And I think I would lean to agree more with Shane on that.
That there is more pressure.
Yes.
Okay.
But the other thing, I don't know if you were going to mention this. I'm sorry if I'm like stepping on your guys' toes.
Good.
But the ASU did hire Albie O'Connell, which is like a huge hire for them, as an associate coach and recruiting coordinator, because he worked at BU for years and is like one of the best recruiters in the country. So I think that coinciding with joining a conference is a really great trajectory for the team.
Yeah, I would argue outside of Arizona State football, there's got to be significant excitement about what Arizona State hockey can accomplish down the line, right?
Yeah, I think they really waste it. They didn't waste, but they wasted a lot of potential
from
last year because of how much excitement. I mean, we were there for the first game of Mullett Arena when Josh Jones scored the first goal ever.
And it was crazy.
The fans were so excited, and they continued their excitement, but they definitely lost a little momentum, especially toward the end of the year. I would really hope they can regain it immediately. Also, Diego saying the boys are going to go all the way to Minnesota. UCLA is going to play Rutgers. Nothing matters anymore in football. So I'm so Big Game Boomer said something on Twitter that I agreed with for the first time ever. They were like, they said something coherent rather, which is all you can really ask for.
You made sense
from somebody on Twitter nowadays. They said they were like bring back this time, and it was when the Arizona State and Arizona were part of the WAC, and the big the Pac-8 was Idaho, whatever, and then the rest of the teams. But I don't agree with that because that's you're kind of rewinding a little too far. But what I did agree with was college football and college sports are more fun when the regions matter, because it does. It is so much more fun.
Yeah. Well, then how do you feel about this? Because
this is different because you can't play USC.
Yeah.
You can't play UCLA. You can't play U of A. It's just not how Division I hockey. It's not big enough yet.
Yeah.
So there is really no option. I think this is probably the closest conference you're going to join, honestly, too. A lot of the teams, it's the Big Ten and the East Coast, and then there's like a couple D1 teams out here.
Yeah, and then some independents. I kind of going off of that conversation, obviously we are still years away from really, I think, the West Coast getting into collegiate hockey. I think hockey is a wildly fast-growing sport.
Yeah.
It is, if you haven't been to a hockey game, period, go. It's a ton of fun.
It is the year of our Lord 2023. It's insane that we're saying that.
And go to Mullett Arena.
Diversify your...
Go to Mullett Arena. If you're not going for an ASU game, go for a Coyotes game.
Diversify your sporting palette.
So years away, I would argue then from a specific West Coast conference, if you will. And we are definitely looking way past where we are now. But Arizona State now a part of the NCHC. If there were to be a Pac-12 hockey conference at a certain point, if you're Arizona State, does this kind of what do you do at that point? Do you leave and go to a conference that makes regional sense?
I don't know. That's going to be so far down the line, a long.
But time. Is it not a valid question?
I mean, yeah, but it's by then they might be in a different conference. They might. It's so far down the line. I don't know if you leave or not. You probably do. It just depends on the momentum and how many teams are in it, who is in it.
Yeah.
If it makes sense for you to create because what you would probably do is you'd create the Pac or you'd create a WAC, and then it would make sense. But you look at the Division I teams. There's how off the top of your head, Leah, how many Division I hockey teams there are?
No, I can look it up though.
There's not a ton.
No, there's not. I'm looking at all of them right now, and there's not a ton.
Jet in the chat, 2 Colorado schools close by, and Omaha is another close game. Brian in the chat, they are potting it, so you'll get Colorado College and Denver home and away every year. And then Will in the chat, also kind of surprised that Utah didn't have one. Hockey is the funnest sport to watch by far. Oh, it is so, I would argue it is definitely the most fun to watch in person.
There are 62.
Yeah.
62.
So,
not a lot.
No, you compare that to basketball and football, where you have to field a tournament of 68 teams. And, oh, by the way, more than half of the teams are getting left out. How many teams are there in college basketball? 256? Some
ridiculous number.
Some
ridiculous number. Last question.
That goes into this. Sorry to cut you off. But that goes into what hockey is. It's not a sport that is as inclusive as a basketball, where you can just pick up a basketball, wear tennis shoes, and shoot. Got to get gear. That's why it just it's hard to get into. It's expensive. That's the biggest thing. It's expensive.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Brian, I love your profile picture. It's the claw.
The
little claw aliens. I tweeted this out earlier, but now that ASU is a part of a conference, I didn't feel like they really ever had a rival as an independent. Who do you think is the immediate choice for a rival for Arizona State?
William said in the chat, it's Denver. 100%. Yeah. They're the closest. It's Denver. Just regional. Yeah, Colorado College or Denver. I don't know which one is close. Probably DU. Regional rivalries are way more fun.
And another reason for a PHNX DNVR rivalry.
Well, no.
What do you mean, no?
I don't know. You don't cover DU.
No, I know, but still, it's in Denver.
Yeah.
No?
Could be, yeah.
What do you think, Leah? Is Denver the immediate rival?
Yeah, I just think because of the regional.
How close they are. Yeah, that makes sense. Guys, moving on from ASU hockey, before we get into ASU football, as we've been discussing recruiting stuff for what feels like a year, but it's only been a month. That's just what Kenny Dillingham and company do. I believe Charlie Regal tweeted this out. He tweeted that he is on vacation from a long period of recruiting. And this is a message for Charlie, Mr. Regal, and for any Arizona State coach.
Sir Regal?
Yeah, if you're not an Arizona State coach, keep swiping.
Swiping?
Yeah, swiping. You didn't, it was a joke. You know, you just went over your head. You're not on.
That's not a
joke. Are you on TikTok? You're on
but
TikTok, right?
How about, why don't you just...
No, but you've seen those videos.
No.
You haven't seen those videos? Leah, you've seen those videos, right? Where someone's like, this video is for, I don't know why the first celebrity in my mind is like
swiping.
Charlie
I think
Sheen.
it's scrolling.
Scrolling. What did I say?
Swiping, yeah.
Tinderman?
Yeah.
Bonk.
Damn. That's not a bonk, though. That's not a bonk, man. Look, all this to tell you guys to go check out OGs. If you're going on vacation, look.
Dude.
What?
What is happening?
What?
Your brain.
It's not working?
No.
Okay, guys. Well, go check out OG. Maybe that's what it is.
Go get some OGs,
There
guys.
it is.
They are so tasty, so yummy.
The pink lemonade gummies are incredible.
And look, this weekend, aside from the 4th of July, which is kind of hilarious, I was hungover for most of the days because I was celebrating my birthday. Got really, really drunk on the 1st of July. But you don't get hungover off OGs.
No.
So take some OGs, sit back, relax, stay inside. It's hot. It's like dangerously hot.
Take some OGs, turn on a movie.
Take some OGs and don't light fireworks. Let's stop that. And I know it always carries over a couple days after the 4th of July. Let's not do that this year. Let's keep all of our fireworks inside or throw them away. Actually, don't throw them away. It's probably a hazard. Take an OGs, stay inside. Try their pink lemonade flavor. It is fantastic. OGs does not miss when it comes to flavor and effects. So get your pink lemonade gummies while you can. Check out OGs online at ogsbrands.com and on Instagram at ogsbrands. You can also find the products at your local dispensary, but you got to be 21 years or older to purchase.
You do. You also got to be 21 or older to drink Four Peaks.
Four Pizziques.
You mentioned you got drunk. Mm-hmm. Was it by chance off of...
It actually wasn't. I'm not going to front to the people. Wow. It was off of many different things. I had
Life. You got drunk off Life?
Italian margarita. I had an espresso martini. Wow. And then I had tequila sodas.
Those all sound phenomenal. Yeah. But not as phenomenal as a wow. We just got some more Four Peaks in the office. There you go. Some more Peaks. Check out Four Peaks, their 8th Street pub, whether it be for a wow, for a hazy, for a kilt lifter. They got it all over at Four Peaks. They also got some bomb food at the 8th Street pub. Their chicken tendies, personal favorite. I know it's a favorite of everybody here in the office as well. So check out at Four Peaks Brew or at Four Peaks Pub to keep up with the latest at Arizona's hometown brewery. Like I said, you do got to be 21 or older to drink Four Peaks. Please drink responsibly.
Before we move on past hockey, breaking news: Connor Bedard's career is over. Drake just took a picture with him.
Oh no, the Drake curse lives on.
Yep.
Sorry,
Chicago.
Such a tragedy.
Such a tragedy.
I want to talk about the new commits that ASU got.
Yeah,
they got 2 more.
A couple of them.
We talked about it on Monday, which again feels like it was days ago.
Because it was.
Thank you. Thank you
2
very
days
much.
ago.
Yeah, thank you, Shane. Could have just. Sometimes I say things you just need to skip past them.
No.
Yes.
No, because I know for every single time I would skip past it, there's going to be somebody watching this or listening back and being like, well, actually, and I want to advocate for the well, actually crowd.
Why? Nobody wants to advocate for that crowd.
I'm an advocate for the well, actually crowd.
Okay, whatever.
I'm an ally. Well, actuallys.
Okay. Arizona State locking in 2 commits, 2 defensive backs. Chris Johnson Jr. committing to ASU over Oregon and Arkansas. Will tweeted at me asking me if I was surprised about the commitment, because I didn't necessarily think that Chris Johnson Jr. a few weeks ago was going to be a Sun Devil. I thought this was a kid that was going to go to a Texas or an Oregon or an Arkansas, but he opted to go to ASU. And I think just that furthers, it shows what the recruiting staff is doing. A Rashad Samples, a Ryan Carrington.
I also think it shows that they're closers.
They are closers.
Because
BC tweeted, 3 for 3?
Yeah, because you're right. Chris Johnson was getting more traction of him going to Oregon like 2 months before. But as he got closer, you kind of got a feeling like, it is heating up.
Yeah, and it wasn't just Chris Johnson. Martell Hughes also committing to ASU, somebody that we had talked heavily about on Monday and last Friday as well. He committed to ASU over Washington State University, Cal, and Arizona. And we've actually got his video where he announced his commitment. Pretty cool video. So we're going to go ahead and show that to you now. And then, Shane, I got some questions for you about it after.
First and foremost, I'd like to thank my family and friends and the Madison community, the Team Akasi organization, and the Bonita Buccaneers organization as well. I'd also like to thank all the coaches that took the time to recruit me and just trusted me and believing in me. And with that being said, I'd like to announce I'm going to choose Arizona State University.
You're going to be a Sun Devil. Explain why.
Just stepping on the campus, I just felt like that home feeling. It felt like a home away from home. All the coaches seemed great. They were really changing the program around. I got to connect with a few of the players, and they really love it there, and I could see myself being there as well.
I've been on that campus a couple times. It can be fun. Keeping your mind on studies, how difficult is that going to be?
Oh, not difficult at all. I intend to be a part of the honors program and their business program as well.
What are you going to study?
Business and marketing.
And you still have a high school season to play, right?
Oh, yeah, yes, sir.
How good is Madison going to be?
Oh, we're going to be really good. We're coming for that CIS championship.
Well, hey, thank you for sharing this moment. We should mention that you're going to be on our podcast tomorrow,
yes, sir.
PPR Podcast 104, so we look forward to that. I want to encourage everybody to remember we are just 49 days away from the Prep Pigskin Report, Season 25, our Silver Jubilee.
Let's go. Buddy, did we not know he was going to promo?
PPR
hey,
Papa Pig.
We appreciate you, PPR Papa Pig. But
going out there and getting Martell Hughes. Papa Pig asked some interesting questions. Look,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, and I'm sorry if you're watching this, but that is such a dog shit question.
Which question?
If you asked me, are you going to be focused, or is it going to be hard for you to focus on your studies? I guarantee you asked 10,000 high school seniors or juniors that committed this year. You ask all 10,000 of them, every single one. All 10,000 are going to say, oh no, it's not going to be hard at all.
Yeah.
If one person says, you know what, it's going to be tough. You know, I think I'm going to break the law and I'm going to drink underage. I also think I'm going to get a misdemeanor for possession. That'd
be a crazy answer.
Yeah, that's what I think. What do you think, Papa Pig?
If he asked him back,
yeah.
Look,
no, I'm making fun. I appreciate the video.
Aside from Papa Pig, Martell Hughes, those videos are always so cool. I feel like, I mean, and Res Devil, I think, was the one that tweeted. They're especially cool when they commit to Arizona State.
No, he says he only likes the ones that because he doesn't like the other ones.
But he can admit they're cool. He can admit they're cool.
Yeah, no, they are cool. They're awesome. You're watching a young man's life change forever. They're picking the start of their collegiate career.
Yeah. No, it's cool to see him obviously pick ASU over a handful of other Pac-12 schools. His family's obviously excited. And what he said about the coaching staff, right? And what they're building in Tempe, a home away from home.
I feel like I've heard something like that before.
From the other 15?
All the other recruits. Sounds like there's a theme.
There is. And so I think it really just goes to show that if these kids start to come onto campus and they meet Kenny Dillingham and they meet the rest of his coaching staff and they get to Tempe, that there really is something to build here. And there's a reason that people in commits want to start coming to Arizona State over other schools in the Pac, Oregon, Washington State, U of A, etc.
Also, can I say that these two recruits had the most fire commitment pictures? Like Martell Hughes' commitment picture is one of the hardest things I've ever seen. Chris Johnson's is the hardest thing I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, Chris Johnson's graphic is pretty ridiculous.
I know, we had it, my bad.
It is.
It goes crazy.
I don't even know, Lee and I were talking about this beforehand. You start with the field, right? And then you just work your way out.
A Rivals graphic?
It's a crazy graphic.
I think it is a Rivals graphic.
That is pretty crazy. No, yeah, Chris Johnson Jr. committing to Arizona State as well. I want to get away from the graphic and onto the tape. I had a chance to watch Chris Johnson Jr.'s tape for the very first time today. Have you seen this kid in action at all?
Does he prefer Chris Johnson Jr. or Chris Johnson II?
Chris Johnson Jr. is what he's listed as on 24/7 Sports and Rivals, but his Twitter is Chris Johnson II. So I would assume he likes
Chris Johnson.
Well, there's already one of those. Actually, there's probably a lot of those.
Of them. And one of them was a really good running back.
Yeah. Well, yeah. His dad also played football.
Yeah.
So, yeah, at Louisville. He's a corner.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and turn on the tape of what Chris Johnson is capable of, because this kid is he is every single one of these plays. Like, I was trying to find a good spot to cut this, and you don't want to, because literally every single play he does something awesome.
Yeah, he's got a great build. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, he's fun. So the instincts are clearly there.
He's physical.
Yeah. Okay, now I'm realizing that this isn't unique to anybody's graphic package.
It's just what Huddle has.
Yeah, it's really cool though. I really like it. Yeah, his instincts are great. His athleticism is stupid, and his length really helps him out. He looks like he can be a really, really, really good prototypical outside corner.
Yeah.
Because as I said, he's built like one. Yeah.
And that's what I got watching this tape. I think you can watch players at this level and you're like, okay, this could be a good role player. This could be a good depth player. There are a few players that you watch and you're like, these guys can be stars at the next level. Chris Johnson Jr. or the second, whatever he prefers, can definitely be a star at the next level. This is a guy that can be your shutdown corner. He is physical. He's got swag. He is exactly what I think you need in this day and age of college football. And whether it's in the run game or in coverage, he owns. Like, that's just he does.
He's got really good change of direction and like really good hips.
Yeah.
For a guy that young playing high school football, like you usually, they're not stiff, but they're just not as fast. Oh my God, the closing speed
from across the field.
Yeah, they're just not as quick as obviously D1 athletes are. His hips look like they can move very, very well for a guy who's only, this is only his tape his junior year.
Yeah, he still has another season at this level to improve before he gets to Arizona State, has a spring there, and then has an entire summer with the workout staff. Yeah. I'm going to be honest. This Chris Johnson II is my favorite commit so far.
Yeah, I mean, he's the highest rated one, correct?
I'm not sure.
Pretty sure he is. I think he's the highest rated one in ASU's 2024 class. But another thing that I noticed from that is there were 3, I think, or maybe just 2 plays where the receiver ran a double move.
Yeah,
and that's something that you usually see, especially high school kids, get burned on. Like you usually need help from the safety over top because it's just. It's high school. They're not mature enough to think through blah blah blah. They haven't seen these before. Both double moves. He saw them coming before. He got himself into position where they will be, not where he thinks or where they are currently. So I really like what I saw.
And usually, taking that a step further, right? And I know those types of plays, those types of routes are pretty much any offense, right? But specifically, if you're an offensive coordinator or a quarterback, and you are really trying to target a cornerback who maybe jumps the gun a little too fast, or he's got crazy closing speed, you'll run a double move because you'll try and catch him, right? But to have that crazy closing speed and to still have the football IQ to be able to not get burned multiple times, like how many cornerbacks at the high school level are putting plays where the offense ran a double move in their highlight tape? Probably not a lot. Those are the ones that you are probably like, okay, let's find another play. Let's find another drive that didn't end in a double move touchdown from the offense. That's totally the opposite. And what I really like from that is not every single one of his highlights are interceptions. It's so easy for some of these kids to put together their highlight tapes and like, okay, I got 8 interceptions. All 8 of my highlights are going to be those because I feel like that's the best play. How many plays from that were him stuffing somebody in the backfield on a run or closing speed or just breakups?
And I mean, the interceptions he had were, the first one, I think he was in a flat, or they were playing some type of zone where he jammed his outside target who he was lined up against, and then jumped the route. I think it was on a slant. I want to say, I don't know, but the very first one wasn't just a tip where he dives and finds it. He saw that play coming. He knew. He watched the tape. He knew it was coming.
He reminds me.
He's the highest on 3, but I mean, all of these different. Like Rivals has him as a 3-star. On 3 has him as a 4-star, 247. It's kind of a shit show, but yeah.
Just the recruiting sites. Yeah. Just based off of the little bit of tape that I've seen, he reminds me of a Jordan Clark, of a guy whose football instincts are just next level. You can see the difference in him think and him play versus somebody that has to think and then it comes to them.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I feel like, again, just from that little bit, and I highly encourage you to go to Huddle, watch the rest of his tape. I think there's like 2 or 3 more minutes of it. And it's the same thing. It's all just him balling. It's so natural for him, which I feel like is not necessarily the case for a lot of high school athletes.
I like that mental comparison. He's
bigger.
Yeah, well, he could be Jordan Clark in a Roe Torrance's body. Like he's built like Roe Torrance. He's already 6'2", outside corner. Like another interesting thing, Rivals has Martell Hughes as the top-rated recruit in this class, and on 3 has
Chris Johnson Jr. Yep. Wow, look at that! It's almost like they both decided to be Sun Devils just because. Moving on, the Chris Johnson Jr. of burritos, if you will, Burrito Express. I had Burrito Express yesterday, actually. Right. Yesterday morning, I did it. I did what I said I'm going to be doing, and that was get a steak and egg or a steak and salsa and add bacon. And you know what, Shane? It was as good as I thought it was going to be. But if maybe that's not what you're into, they've got 1,000,005 different options over at Burrito Express. The Breakfast Supreme goes crazy. The Machaca Hot goes crazy. They got it all, and they got locations all over the valley. Check them out and give them a follow on social at Burrito EXP.
Glenn, you my Lord and Savior. This is very interesting. Martell Hughes has Ivy League offers, just like Jordan Clark did.
Maybe they're the same person. Never seen him at the same...
Well, but you were talking about Chris Johnson.
Well, yeah. He's talking about Martell Hughes.
Yeah.
Yeah. These two both play safety. Martell and Jordan both play safety. Chris plays corner.
I'm more. Okay. Anyway.
I don't know what you want from me.
The BetMGM. That's what I want from you. I want you to get a free bet every single Friday.
It's the last Friday.
This Friday. Get your free bet. Log in at any point during the weekend. Claim your bonus bet on the house. It's the best sports book around. If you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use that bonus code PHNX. There's a few different offers that, depending on where you live, before our Arizona audience, you'll place your first bet offer and you will receive up to $1,000 back in bonus bet if your first bet loses with BetMGM. Again, just make sure you're using that bonus code PHNX. I'm sorry. I'm so sick of baseball. I can't do it anymore. I betting on it. It just sucks. It's the worst sport to bet on. I'm just like, especially if you're struggling. Like if you're struggling in football, you're like, well, maybe I shouldn't be doing first touchdown score.
Or you're like, at least I get to watch football.
Yeah. Well, I do like watching baseball, but like there's just so much of it. There's 162 damn games. Relax.
Well, football's almost back.
Yeah. And I'm excited to bet on that. On the PHNX Daily Bet Show every single Friday starting next Friday, I want to say. We're going to be doing division previews 8 weeks leading up to. So make sure to join us for that. Check out the show notes for full details for BetMGM. And now listen to me talk about the disclaimer.
Disclaimer, 21 plus to wager. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. U.S. promotional offers not available in Washington, D.C., Mississippi, Nevada, New York, and Ontario. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Colorado, D.C., Illinois, Indiana, Louisiana, Maryland, Mississippi, New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia, Wyoming. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369, New York. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP, Arizona. 1-800-522-4700, Kansas, Nevada. 1-800-327-5050, Massachusetts. 1-800-BETS-OFF, Iowa. 1-800-270-7117 for confidential help, Michigan.
It is Wednesday, and it feels like it's been a while since you and I have done it. It's been a minute.
It has been
a week?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
We didn't do last week.
Yeah, so it's been 2 weeks. You're right, 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Because I was gone last week.
Darn it.
You know what sucks? I or you have been gone like every single week
since summer started.
It's insane.
Yeah. It's busy.
I'm leaving on Friday again, guys.
Yeah. Sean will be here, and then when you get back, then we'll have a full week, and then I'll be gone for a day.
I'm not there on Monday or Tuesday.
Damn it. When are we going to have a full week together, man? Make time for me.
Leah tells me that too.
God. So fucking disappointing, man. But it's Wednesday, so it's time for a snake draft. There we go.
What's the score?
Not good. Not good
5-2.
A lot to a little bit, if you will.
I've won 4 of the last 5.
You have 5 wins. I have 2. Yep. It's not looking good. But I think today is the day. I bring it.
This is my wheelhouse.
Like, I bring it back. This specifically is your wheelhouse?
Yes.
That's such a strange wheelhouse.
I'm a hungry ass dude.
I'm also a hungry ass dude.
I'm hungrier.
Says whom?
My tummy, my gut.
Okay.
Dog.
Okay. We're going to be drafting cartoon and movie foods that you would want to be eating. And you won the last time you and I did this, so you get a pick.
I'm going to go first this time.
You're going to go first
because
this time.
there is a clear number one.
There is a clear number one. Okay.
I think you would agree as well.
Well, let's see.
I think you would take this.
Without further ado, Shane, the beef and deef.
No.
Big Pokey.
Yeah.
Okay. Big Pokey, you are on the clock.
Before we start, chat, what do you think of Big Pokey? Let me know. With the first overall pick in the 2023 TV/movie foods you'd want to eat draft, the Diefenbach team selects the Krabby Patty. Yeah,
that's the clear number one. It is the Victor Wembanyama of the draft, if you will.
You might just say, just a cheeseburger with pickles. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It's an underwater burger.
It's an elite.
You see how many of them things that Squidward ate?
Oh yeah,
got his thighs all
thick. It looks. It looks so good though. Like it's one of the cartoon foods. Like there are cartoon foods that are like, ooh, that looks good. Like the Krabby Patty is like, as a kid, you're like, I want to try that immediately.
You know what's funny? Now every person in 2023 wants to be built like Squidward after he ate all those Krabby Patties. It's like leg day.
Love that. Okay. That means, so Krabby Patty's off the board for me. Give me Remy's Ratatouille. Give me Ratatouille. No, what do you mean?
Do you know what Ratatouille is?
No, I don't know what it is, but it looks bomb.
It's literally just vegetables stacked on top of each other. It's not that good.
It looks good.
Yeah, well,
that's the thing. It looks good.
Right,
okay.
Fact check me, right? That's what Ratatouille is, right?
It's like a vegetable stew sort of thing.
It's not good.
It looks bomb.
God, you're gonna get...
It changed the dude's life in the movie.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
And he was French. French people eat snails. They don't know what they're talking about.
Okay.
Can we eat a cheeseburger for once?
Yeah. Wait.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I'm gonna go ahead and take.
If you don't take what I'm about to take, you already lost.
There's two things here.
Okay.
And I don't want to mess this up.
You're going to.
I
don't think one of the things that you think is one of your things is one of my things.
Give me Garfield's lasagna. Give me Garfield's lasagna. Why are you laughing, bro? Garfield's lasagna? That shit looks amazing.
Well, you lost me there because you just...
Do you not like lasagna?
No, I do. I love lasagna, but you just never see it like moving. It's always a static image because it's a comic book.
I think you're overthinking it.
Well, you didn't think about this. Give me a fucking Scooby snack.
Yeah, no, I thought about it.
Then you missed because the Scooby snack is the easiest one.
It's on the list. I thought about it for sure.
Okay. Now this is tough because there's two things that I'm thinking of. One, I don't know if a lot of people... Okay. Give me the pizza from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Okay.
That shit looked like it went crazy.
It did look like it went crazy. But it's not on my list.
I don't need your verification in this field. You are not
on my list.
That is like somebody.
No, you did good. You did good with the Krabby Patty and the Scooby snack.
Dude, again, don't need you're like a normal person telling a doctor how to.
Oh wow, okay.
How to live and what is healthy.
Okay, man. Whatever.
You're doing your own research.
I am doing my research here. Okay, my turn.
Yeah.
Give me. This is where it hurts having like such a deep list.
Such a deep list.
I do. I got tears on this motherfucker. Okay. Give me.
You've got tears.
Okay, dude, calm down. Give me. Give me Ron's nachos from Kim Possible.
That's a good pick. I didn't even think about that. That's a good pick. You know what I always thought about though? There's a scene in Kim Possible where he eats them and it hurts his mouth.
Like the chips stab him?
And all I thought about that is that moment. So I'm like, ugh.
That's fair.
Yeah.
They look good. They look phenomenal though. Okay, back to me again. Okay. And I'm going to try and draft something and you could tell me immediately if it's not. Okay. But I've asked multiple people and they've said that this should count. Okay. Can I draft Pretty Patties?
No.
I cannot draft Pretty Patties.
Leah.
I don't even know what that is.
It's an episode of SpongeBob where they like the Krabby Patties are like their buns are colored and it's just a Krabby Patty but it's colored.
Yeah, I don't feel like that's fair.
Okay, that's fair. Okay. Ooh. Give me Pooh's Honey. Give me Pooh's honey.
Thought about that, then I just remembered that's literally just honey out of a jar.
Yeah, but it looks so good.
You're getting rocked.
It looks so good.
You're getting absolutely rocked again. Okay, this is just for me. Maybe people will also agree with this. Gray stuff is like top tier. That's what I've wanted to eat forever. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
You don't know what gray stuff is?
No.
Really?
Really?
From Beauty and the Beast?
No.
Oh my God. Okay.
I honestly dislike that movie.
Wrong there.
Yeah.
It's this stuff.
It looks like shit.
Yeah, but okay. Now this is tough. So I was also going to go with because this is gray stuff is also very similar to Turkish Delight in the Chronicles of Narnia.
Okay.
I wanted to draft that, but I've had real Turkish Delight. It is awful, so I'm not going to say that. You can tell me if I can't do this, but it's the same thing. It's an art style. Any Studio Ghibli food, like Kiki's Delivery Service, all of those movies, Spirited Away.
Do you know what he's talking about? If you can put what are we calling it?
I just don't know exactly. Let me.
You can draft it if you give me a name for it.
Yeah, I will. You can draft yours right now.
Okay.
Because you're not gonna draft this.
Okay, so this is the last pick, and I've got so many different things that I am thinking. Well, actually, there's two that I'm really going back and forth about here. The Krusty Krab pizza, I'm thinking about.
Okay.
I'm thinking about a burger from Bob's Burgers. And then also the sandwich that Shaggy makes in Scooby-Doo. Why are you laughing at that, dude? Have you not? That sandwich looks fucking incredible.
Yeah, not really.
What do you mean, not really, dude?
It's literally just 14 pieces of bread with lettuce and meat.
Looks so good.
No, it doesn't.
Maybe I'm just hungry. Maybe that's what it is. Okay. Give me, with the final pick of the draft, I'm going to take the Krusty Krab pizza. What? What's so wrong with that, man? Krusty Krab pizza is the pizza for you.
It makes a great song. It probably wasn't that good. It was a burger place making pizza.
I don't know that.
So did you? Have you never seen any of these movies like Kiki's Delivery Service, Howl's Moving Castle?
Nope.
Chat.
Nope. Never seen it.
Scold him.
You can draft it.
I know. I'm going to draft it.
What is it called?
I'm just trying. Well, no. So Studio Ghibli is a studio that makes all of these animated movies. And their food looks so good all the time. So I'm just trying to narrow down which one, because I would just say Studio Ghibli food, but that's unfair.
You could just say Studio Ghibli. I don't care. I think you're in the minority here. Okay. So yes.
Food from Studio Ghibli movies,
or just Studio Ghibli.
Studio Ghibli is the production studio that makes it. Studio Ghibli would just be like, I want to eat the production company. That's weird. Okay, let me narrow something down because I just.
To recap, while he does that, my list is Remy's Ratatouille, Garfield's Lasagna, Ron's Nachos, Pooh's Honey, and Krusty Krab Pizza. I don't think that is a bad list.
I mean, compared to mine, it's not even close.
You want a dog treat, dog? You're
Studio Ghibli ramen. Let's just do that.
Okay. You got the Krabby Patty.
I got the Krabby Patty. I got Scooby Snacks, which is that's Wenbayama and Scoot. And Brandon Miller, I just drafted 5 with Studio Ghibli ramen. So yeah, Krabby Patty, Scooby Snack, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles pizza, which just the cheesiest pizza ever. Gray stuff from Beauty and the Beast, and Studio Ghibli ramen.
Okay, interesting. I think it's going to be closer than you think, to be honest with you.
Leah? You haven't seen a lot.
I do think the advantage Totri has is recognition, but you have very strong.
I have the 3 most recognizable on the list.
Yeah.
I would argue you have the 2 most notable, 2 most recognizable. Pooh's Honey is definitely
These are good from the chat.
Yeah. Oh my God, Atomic Candy. Holy
Ooh, that would have been a good one.
Okay.
The gumball. What would the Ed and Eddie?
This is just a jawbreaker. Those were way too big. I'd never wanted to eat one of those. Bob's Burgers is one of my least favorite shows I've ever seen. I can't watch it, so sorry. Another honorable mention, what's it called? Butterbeer, 100% from Harry Potter.
Okay.
Duh. And yeah, Duff Beer's a good one. The Pink Donut from The Simpsons.
Yeah, no, I had. So this is some of the other stuff I had. I had the Kronk Spinach Puffs. I had the cheesy pizza from the Goofy movie, Simpsons Donuts, and Diet Dr. Kelp is on here as well. But there's no way that the Dr. Kelp was getting in. They just had it on the list just in case.
Thank you, William.
Yeah, Ron's Nachos is named the Nacho.
The Nacho.
The Nacho?
Yeah.
I'm going to call it Ron's Nachos.
people. Okay.
Sorry.
William saying Ghibli food was way too good. Had me craving food. Yes.
I have never seen anything with Ghibli food in it.
Gotta stop calling it Ghibli food. It's Studio Ghibli makes the movies, and the Studio Ghibli
Is it like anime?
Yeah, it's anime style, but they're like classic movies, like Spirited Away. You've never seen that?
I haven't either. And
I've seen Spirit, like the horse movie.
Yeah, that's a great movie too. That Spirited Away is like genuinely take an OGs and watch that movie. It's one of the best movies ever.
Okay, I can do that. Guys, we're gonna get out of here because I need to have some Spaghetti Shack that's been here. The meatballs look incredible.
They taste better than they look.
Do they really?
Which is crazy because they look amazing.
Gosh, guys, Spaghetti Shack. It's ASU alum owned and operated. They serve a menu with spaghetti, meatballs, garlic bread, and a few other fan favorites. The Spaghetti Shack is a community-focused to-go pasta concept started in Tempe, Arizona by 5 lifelong friends, guys. They're currently serving Tempe and Queen Creek, and they hope to come to a neighborhood near you. Chris Johnson in the chat.
Hey, that guy.
Yeah, Chris Johnson. We just got done talking about you, man.
About that guy.
He's good. He's good at football.
He is very good at football.
Hopefully, Chris, hit us up in the DMs. We'll get you on the podcast. We'll call it a day. Okay? Glenn in the chat. Chris Johnson in the chat? LMAO. Yeah, guys, check out Spaghetti Shack. It is absolutely phenomenal.
Chris Johnson would like Spaghetti Shack.
Everybody would like Spaghetti Shack. Are you kidding me? We should have drafted that.
But it's real.
Yeah, you're right.
It might be called the Naco, but it's not called the Foco. The Foco. Guys, Foco. It's got the best officially licensed gear for all sports and fandoms. And right now, since it's baseball season, get an Aloha shirt and a straw hat. Get that all at Foco and use that code PHNX for 10% off all non-presale items. Foco always has our back for Arizona sports, and they have yours too. They gave us all this fun stuff at our studio. Get the best gear around by visiting www.foco.com and using code PHNX for all non-presale items. Use that code PHNX for 10% off.
Perfect. Looks like we'll get Chris Johnson on the show here at some point. And to answer the question that we've been asking all show pretty much, it's Chris Johnson the second, not Junior. There we go. Anything else before we get out of here, Shano? Big Pokey.
Thank you. No. Stop lighting fireworks. It's not the 4th of July anymore.
Even on the 4th, fireworks suck.
Yeah, they suck. Everything is really dry right now. I think we just had a record for the hottest day like in recorded human history.
Yeah, yesterday.
So let's not burn down everything. And also, stop taking your dogs outside without booties on.
Yeah, they need shoes.
They look so much cuter with booties on.
They need shoes. They absolutely need shoes. Guys.
Heat warning. And just Shane, Big Pokey, Diefenbach giving you a heat advisory.
You're a meteorologist.
No, a geologist. I like rocks.
Okay. Guys, if you enjoyed the content, give us a follow at PHNX_Sun Devils. You can follow me at Anthony_Tochi. You could follow Big Pokey over here at Shane Deef.
Poking it up as always.
Leave a like, guys. And
sorry, can I do that again?
You can follow Big Pokey at Shane Deef.
Practicing safe fire. What is Pokey the Bear? What does Smokey the Bear say?
I don't know.
Only me can preventing forest fires as always.
Peace.